What's happening? In the name of the All-Mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before. All right, true. Why didn't you, eh? You could have killed me. So you're not one of them bandits, then? Who are you, huh? This pin, I can't say I see it very clearly at this present. But I remember Fergus said something about all this, these emblems. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye, royal person. Please, have a pleasant, open it up!
The horns of the south. The crown jewel of these. We had barely laid the foundations of Tintagel when Seawall and his men had already built a lighthouse, eager to guide our ships to them. He always had a competitive. Of course, it helped that he took every sailor from the homelands with him, along with a handful of knights, so they could learn, and thus the keepers of the... I decreed that every sworn keeper would stand as an equal to a knight of the round. But I am glad to see the keepers grown. In my time...
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope. Most unfortunate, but that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here. Now state your business. And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see. Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home. Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag? Tortured? In the asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Rialgan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum? You look fine, but if you were there, near him... I honestly think your sense of humor is the worst, but I have to respect your unwillingness to share your story. Still, you have to understand, now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death. We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on. Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been... Excalibur. You want to, well, be my guest, if you think you can. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I would... He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose. I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can... Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon. Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there? So what? No. No, you can't. I don't take bribes, but if you're eager to throw your gold around, my keepers are running a charity for our veterans. That way, your coin pouch won't weigh you down, and you'll be supporting a worthy cause. Thank you kindly. The veterans will appreciate it. You won't find the captain at the Horns of the South. He ordered us to lock down the keep, and then he disappeared. I have my suspicions about where he might be, but I can't say for sure. And frankly, I hope I'm wrong. I don't like your tone, my friend, but I will warn you. If he's not dead already, I'm pretty sure you'll be. That's where the Dolriada tribes are holed up, and they're not known for their kind. And if you do find the captain, tell him to return to the Horns of the South, as Galahad the Pure is already on his way. And he won't be pleased to find a bunch of keepers hiding behind the walls without their commander. We'll all face consequences if that happens. If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning Majesty King Arthur and the Knights of the I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is the duty. As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit. I also recommend checking the bounty board for... Please, state your... Really? You... Again? You... Incredible! There's no... As you can... If by some miracle, bring me the ogres... Did they resist? Oh... Oh! So... Do you keep banding... Oh, hey, if you're...
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now? Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history.
You see? It takes one to know one. And that folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up?
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. You finally get it. It's just a pity that there are so few like us. Well, we just have to keep going, eh? And well...
All mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? You don't look like one of them. Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell bullshit from a mile away. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. And here's a brilliant idea. You're going to help me. Straight to the point, huh? Don't worry, I'll pay you. And who knows, you might even get a discount on my wares. I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his delivery. Although I'm pretty sure he knows this already. Right. What was I thinking? You wouldn't. You're new here, right? There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. I've been doing business with the Cap. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to set up... Anyway, good luck to you. You do realize you won't score any points with the Keepers by helping me. Those holier-than-thou soldier boys have no idea what it takes to be a merchant in this sorry world. The things we have to do sometimes aren't exactly... There's a woman from the tribes called Nest. She's my supplier. At least, I haven't heard from her in a while. And she was supposed to bring me some really precious cargo. Something that... You still up for an adventure? My guess, and it's only a guess, is that at some point she must have been somewhere around the bay. That beach near... Rumor has it that Bromar No-Face and his thugs are fond of that place, which wouldn't be good news. Good luck. Try not to get yourself... You're back.
Oh, a new face. It's always nice to see someone. Yes, my apologies. Ever since breakfast today, I've been sort of lost in thought. I keep thinking, you see, I could live with all the bullshit that's thrown at us soldiers. But the longer I live, the more I realize there's not, and I'd kill for it. As if it were that easy. And Rorik, the one we have here, well, he says we're soldiers, so we... Really? Sure.
Are you here to keep me company or put me out of my misery? Just kidding. Love the view, but always windy. You don't say. Our beloved quartermaster sent me to freeze my arse off. He said, as I just got drunk in the tavern and lost half my pay. And maybe. But I mean, why would he even care? It was my gold. I could. Oh, I need a warm coat. And I mean the apps. Osprey might have something in stock or know how to make one. I'd ask myself, but he's not exactly. Thanks, friend.
Hey. Listen, I'm no good with words. She's learning how to read and write. Can you believe it? She writes. Oh, thanks. And what? No, you must have misunderstood something. What do I do now? I don't know. I should go back to him. I guess. I guess that's true. Yes.
What do you think of scale armor? Scale armor. What do you think of it? Sure. The melee armor is much better. That will prevent you from being run through with a polearm or getting shot with a bow. It's also much more comfortable. For example, chainmail allows for a good range of movement, but it's heavy. It also provides poor protection against blunt weapons, and its production is laborious. No, but I have knowledge from books and a lot of thoughts on the subject, so I know what it would be like to wear different armor. I told them, but they both said I know jack shit. Besides, the keepers rarely go outside. Then the quartermaster added that if I don't like our equipment, he could send me out scouting and... Perhaps you're right. But if somebody ever stabs me under the scales, I'll go straight to the quartermaster and... Shadowblade is a moniker. Arden is passionate about weapons and armor. He has great knowledge of materials, a true expert. Everything he writes is interesting. I would love... Oh, of course. I mean, I've never made one. I'm not an armourer. But I've read so much about it that I'm sure... Here's the page from the Armourer's Almanac that explains...
Sometimes it's nice to just... Oi, friend. A question. Do you know why people always stop at... Because he's... Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it. And there's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lock... Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make... You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses. But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor. We should start with something simple. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the material.
Blessings upon... What do you mean? I'm afraid you are at the horns of the south are my hope. I'm afraid that I simply cannot believe your blasphemous word. So it's your word. May Kai's...
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who... And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know All of those academic types think they're better than us village folk, just 'cause they read a book. We've been getting by just fine. I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Sounds like horse crap. She knew how to make a proper I even gave him my grandma's... Don't know. You will?
You all right, newbie? Have you been to... Hey, what? Cole came to us with a group of refugees from some nearby villages. They were looking for shelter from bandits, the weirdness, the Del Reader, hunger. You'll meet them in the village. They live in the... Not long ago, though, Cole started acting very strange. He might have used too much force. And Cole felt compelled to... Frankly, I think Mahon... Wait, I know it's not much, but... I'd like her to know she's not alone.
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting. Huh? So, in the meantime, you do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand. Fantastic. So, on a recent night out at Wrongs, it seems I may have left some documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily... I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be... Splendid! Or just find...